Hello everyone, my name is Yuliana Sarumaha. I'm student education of Office Administration, A, Faculty of Ekonomi, State and University of Jakarta. On this occasion, I will present my internship report that I have done at Directorate General Bea and Cukai. Okay, for the first time, I will explain Chapter 1. In Chapter 1, contain the introduction of the internship, the purpose of the internship, the profile of the internship, and the timing of the internship. Okay, PKL background. As we know, the COVID-19 outbreak in Indonesia is still not over. The impact of this pandemic makes us have to be able to get used to something new. One of the conquers in the minds of this new life is the reopening of employment opportunities. However, it is estimated that their capacity will also adjust to the need and the capacities of each company. Just the profile and competencies required will be also changed. The company will be more selective in attracting workers to help the survival of the company. This will increase the level of companies in the field, so it is necessary to prepare ourselves to become the best possibility human resource, because only quality human resources are needed by companies of office today. With PKL, students can prepare themselves to know their own ability at work and can show their abilities so that they can become quality human resource. Next, the purpose of field work practice. That is, the first, to gain knowledge, experience, and insight into office administration jobs. Second, to get a clear picture of the application of office administration knowledge obtained in lecture for the work of work. The third, of improve work skills and job abilities that practicants have about office administration activities. And the last, fulfills the academic requirement to obtain a big Bachelor of Office Administration Education, Faculty of Ekonomi, State and University of Jakarta. Next, company profile. Name of agency, Directorate General of Customs and Excise. Address, Jalan Jenderal Ahmad Yani, Bypass, Rawamangun, is Jakarta 13230. Telephone 02148903005. Website www.beacukai.go.id and perhatikan field general section. Next, PKL time schedule. I made an observation of the company's premise in October, looking for information about internship. After getting the information that I was preparing for an internship in November, where I prepare the letters needed until the administration was finished. I'm finally start doing my apprenticeship from December to February. Chapter 2, review of field workplace. Furthermore, in Chapter 2, there is an overview of the place of internship. In this chapter, I will explain the history of the internship, vision and mission of the organization, general structure, and general activities of the general section. Company history. Customs or custom agency in any part of the world is an organization whose existence is very important for a country. Likewise, the Director General of Customs and Excise Indonesia Customs Agency is an institute that has a fairly important role in a country. Customs and Excise is a global institute that almost all countries in the world have it. Customs are conventional state apparatus as police, prosecutor, courts, or the armed forces who has excited through the history of the country itself. Next, vision and mission, Directorate General Bea and Cukai, to be vision, to be the world Landing, Customs, and Excise Agency. The vision of Directorate General Bea and Cukai is more reflective of the highest appreciation of Directorate General Bea and Cukai by setting challenging targets and continuing to be nurtured in the future. Mission, first, we Directorate General Bea and Cukai facilitate trade and industry. Second, Directorate General Bea and Cukai guard and border and protect Indonesia from smuggling and illegal trafficking. And the last, Directorate Bea and Cukai, we obtain state revenue review in the customs and excise sector. Next, organizational structure. So the general section is under the auspice of the Secretariat General of Customs and Excise, and the general section is enhanced of 4 subsections, namely the correspondent and exchange subsection, the welfare subsection, the household subsection, and the administration subsection of the Directorate General. Next, general activities at the general section of the Directorate of Customs and Excise. The general section under the structure of the Secretariat General has the task of carrying out administrative, archive, and household affairs of the head office of the Director General. Implementation of correspondence, typing, duplication, distribution, and filling of the Director General. Preparation of material of the prepare of activity report and accountability report for the Secretary General to carry out household affairs, office security, maintenance of facility and infrastructure of the Director General Head Office, implementation of welfare, polyclinic, and office housing. Chapter 3, implementation of field work practice. Field of work. General section is section within the Secretary of the Director General of Custom and Excise, which carries out government, vehicle and household affairs function at the head office of the Directorate General of Custom and Excise. Work carries out by practicant directly with correspondence filling, inputs, sending letter, distribution of employment uniform, grouping letter by types, receive calls and receive requests. This is job in accordance with the field of science students by practicant in lecture. Work implementation. First, carrying out corresponding activities on the application Naskah Dinas Elektronik or NADIN. Practicant in carrying out corresponding activities using the NADIN application. In carrying out office administration activities, especially in terms of letter management. The Director General of Custom and Excise has used an electronic service manuscript system, or what is known as the electronic service manuscript application, or NADIN. Work implementation. First, carrying out corresponding activities on the application Naskah Dinas Elektronik or NADIN. Practicant in carrying out corresponding activity using NADIN application in carrying out office administration activities, especially in terms of letter management. The Directorate General of Custom and Excise has used an electronic service manuscript system, or what is known as the electronic service manuscript application, or NADIN. This is web-based application is used in the management of letter at the Directorate General of Custom and Excise. In this application, the electronic service manuscripts application, or NADIN, is used for the management of incoming mail, inputting outgoing mail, incoming disposition, and outgoing disposition. The corresponding steps include receiving incoming mail, as well as inputting or recording incoming mail, handling incoming mail, and submit incoming mail. With the NADIN application, it can also solve simple problems such as finding out more clearly to fill document again. When the practicant were introduced to NADIN application, they were given several letters that had to input, and also saw several incoming letters and followed up on the disposition of the letters. Next, entering the activities and meeting of the general section and maintaining the active archive of the head of the general section. The activity of inputting the general part, the schedule carried out by practicant is by monitoring incoming mail, entry disposition, and exit position on the NADIN application. Entering the schedule of the general section, first monitoring the letter on the NADIN application. Usually, the practitioner open the incoming letter and on previous and correct day. Or usually, the practicant read in the search column with the keyword UND or meeting. Furthermore, when the practicant receive an invitation letter for an activities or meeting, the practicant will save the letter in the activity folder of the head of the general department according to that. After being saved, the practicant immediately enter the activity or meeting on the meeting agenda and general section activities. And this activity is carried out in the form of soft copy where the general staff type up the incoming letter entry disposition for the past 6 months. Organize a letter by putting together each letter that has the same subject. After all letters are arranged with the respective group, the result of grouping are put together on the active archive from June to November and given a letter code number, incoming mail, incoming and outgoing disposition are entered on each form. Then the form will be sent to other employees who will follow up. Next, delivering an incoming letter which must be signed by the head of division. In addition to inputting the general section schedule, the practicant must also deliver incoming letter that requires a wet signature from the head of the general section. The practicant will receive letters such as copy letter, official travel document, and life permit, where the letters require the well signature of the head of general affairs. After the practicant receives the letter, the practicant will enter the letter in the general section incoming mail folder and deliver the letter directly to the general section head rooms. If there are lot of letters that have to be signed, usually the practicant will be put the letter on the table and left the room. Wait for the call from the head of general affairs to call by ringing the bell. However, if the letter is signed, a few practicant will wait until it is finished and bring back the signed letter. Next, save letter to be archived and forward according to destination. Receiving a copy letter is one of the jobs that is done almost every day. Copy letter usually come from other departments such as state property. The copy letter contains a decree, a letter of regulation from the Director General of the Secretary General Archive subsection. Before the copy letter to the head of general section to be signed, they scan it to enter into the storm folder. Then the copy letter is continued according to the purpose of the individual disposition. After know the purpose of the copy letter being delivered according to the destination. Next problem encountered. The first, server down. When recording letter to input in the Nadine application, interruptions often occur as the application refreshes itself. Besides that, the server often goes down because many are accessing the Nadine application. The disturbance often occurs, which results in the recording of Vatican's letter being lost, so that the Vatican has to record it again. Second, the application have been limited file size. Apart required server downtime, the Nadine application also has a limit capacity for the size of the document that you want to enter into the Nadine application. This makes only document of the appropriate size input into the Nadine application. Third, letter is not neat. When receiving a copy letter to be signed, the head of General Affairs can find the copy is unseated, the copy is not in order, and the sheet to be signed is not maker. This will result in the incorrect placement of the signature and the copy letter not in the order should be. And the last, limit filing cabinet. Due to the large number of letters that must be filled in the active form, but the lack of facility and infrastructure, namely filing cabinet, makes it difficult for practicants put other letters that must be included in the filing cabinet because of the lack of space available. Next, how to overcome problem. First, the thing that practicants have done to stay effective is to take advantage of the right time at work, record letter, or enter letter. In companies, the technology sector is very important to support a job that uses a computer base, but this cannot be prevented in a server goes down while working. Therefore, in order not to prevent the practicant from doing their job properly, what practicant did remain effective was to take advantage of the right time when recording letter or inputted letter. Server down often occurs in the morning, for the practicant will record letter in the afternoon or evening. Second, do it compress the file so that the document can be input. When practicant want to input document on the Nadine application, it turns out that this document could not be inputted according to practicant. The problem is the large document size. To solve this problem, practicant compress file with the aim that the document could be inputted. However, because this document has a large unknown size, eventually practicant input the documents partly. Practicant input one by one document on the attachment pack. The last, However, practicant of trading and put a mark on the sheet to be signed by the head general affairs. When practicant receive a copy letter, they often get a copy letter that is still not neatly arranged. The near intonation here is must make sure the copy letter is in the correct order and has been marked on each sheet that must be signed. However, it often happens when practicant receive a letter that has not been complete. This means the practicant have to complete and put a mark on the sheet to be signed by the head of general affairs. Because to submit a letter to head of general affairs, make sure the letter is nearly arranged and give a sign. As otherwise, there will be an error and also missing a sheet that should be signed. The last practical only recommended one employee to be able to add a filing cabinet. Lack of facilities will also affect the performance of employees in the company. For example, as experienced by practicants find it difficult when they want to enter document into a fulfill a cabinet. This make work so slow because you have to slowly open, load documents, and close the filing cabinet again. Because of this, practicant only told one employee of the welfare subsection to be able to add a filing cabinet to the welfare subsection because it was full, which made this job more difficult. Conclusion: carrying out the job training activity is a useful forum for practicant. The fieldwork practice carried out the very meaningful because practicant get work experience, hands skills, and knowledge of office administration that has never been obtained in college. So with this job training is very helpful for students in applying to knowledge of office administration that has been learned and can be one way to prepare themselves for the world of work today. Thank you for your attention and see you.